Hello everyone and welcome to Explore Engineering. In today's video, we will explore the contributions of India in astronomy, one of the most remarkable achievements of ancient Indian civilization. We will learn about the early astronomical knowledge found in Vedas, the scientific contributions of great scholars like Aryabhata and Varahamihira, the development of the Indian calendar system, and the significance of Indian astronomy in navigation, agriculture, timekeeping, and the foundations of modern space science. If you enjoy learning the Indian knowledge systems, science and engineering, please like, share and subscribe to Explore Engineering. Let's begin our journey into the fascinating world of ancient Indian astronomy. So here you can see in the image the advanced state of ancient Indian astronomy, emphasizing its foundation in systematic observation of celestial bodies. At the center here you can see an ancient scholar is shown observing the night sky, representing the dedication of Indian astronomers to studying stars, planets and other heavenly objects. Here you can see the early astronomical knowledge showing that the Vedas contain references to stars, planets, seasons, eclipses and the calendars. And here you can see the features of the Vedanga Jyotisha, that is one of the earliest scientific texts dealing with astronomy and time measurement. This side you can see the main areas studied by ancient astronomers, that is the Indian astronomers, including the stars and the constellations, planets and their movements, seasons and solstices, solar and lunar eclipses, calendars and the time calculation. So these observations help people understand natural cycles and measure time accurately. Here you can see the key contributions such as accurate calculation of time, eclipse prediction, calendar development and understanding celestial cycles. So overall from this image you can demonstrate how ancient Indian scholars combined observation and reasoning to develop a sophisticated system of astronomy that influenced later scientific advancements. Here you can see the major astronomical contributions of Aryabhata, who was one of the greatest scientists and mathematicians of the ancient India. Now here you can see Aryabhata is shown here. He is studying and recording observations representing his dedication to scientific inquiry and astronomy. His famous work Aryabhatiya is depicted beside him. Okay, here Aryabhatiya, symbolizing the source of many of his discoveries. Now here there are four major contributions of Aryabhata. First, Aryabhata provided a scientific explanation of solar and the lunar eclipses. Okay. Then instead of attributing eclipses to myths, he explained that they occur due to relative positions of the sun, earth and the moon. The diagrams here on the right side, you can clearly see how star and lunar eclipses occurs. Okay, here solar and the lunar eclipses. So this concept was explained by Aryabhata. Second, Aryabhata proposed that earth rotates on its axis. Okay, this was the second important contribution, and this was a revolutionary idea for his time and helped explain the occurrence of the day and night. The rotating earth shown here in the image represents this significant concept. Then third, he calculated the length of the solar year with remarkable accuracy. His calculations were very close to modern values, demonstrating his advanced understanding of astronomy and mathematics. Finally, Aryabhata carefully studied the planetary movements and developed mathematical methods to predict their positions. And the planetary system here, it is illustrated here, you can see, which represents his work in understanding the celestial movements or the motions. So here you can see the scientific Aryabhata's scientific approach and his lasting contribution to the development of astronomy and the space science. Next comes Varahamihira. So here Varahamihira, he was one of the most renowned astronomer of ancient India. Now here we can see Varahamihira is shown studying and recording astronomical observations, representing his dedication to scientific research and celestial studies. One of the major achievements of Varahamihira was authoring the Pancha Siddhantika, a significant astronomical text that compiled and summarized knowledge from 5 earlier astronomical traditions. Okay, this one. Now here these are some books which are displayed here, which symbolizes these sources of knowledge and his efforts to preserve and organize them. Now here you can see his role in compiling astronomical knowledge from different traditions, helping scholars understand and compare various theories related to planetary motions and the celestial events. Astronomical instruments are shown here. You can see these astronomical instruments where these represent Varahamihira's work in improving methods of celestial observation. His observations helped improve the accuracy of astronomical calculations and the predictions. So Varahamihira was a great scholar whose contributions strengthened Indian astronomy and laid the foundation for future developments in the study of celestial bodies and astronomical science. Now next comes the Indian calendar system. So the Indian calendar system, here it was the advanced astronomical knowledge of ancient Indian scholars. Now here at the center you can see you have a scholar is there who he's studying and recording observations symbolizing the scientific approach used in developing calendars. Ancient Indian calendars were carefully designed based on solar cycles, then lunar cycles and the planetary movements, which enables accurate measurement of time and seasonal changes. Now here you can see that um, there is solar cycles which are based on the movement of the sun and help determine seasons and important solar events, and the second section is focusing on the lunar cycles. So here these depend on the phases of the moon and form the basis of the lunar month or tithi system. Then next you have the planetary motions or the movements, where the positions of the planets were used to refine calendar calculations and predict celestial events. Here you can see a circular diagram, okay, circular calendar diagram which represents the changing seasons. You have 4 seasons here, like winter, spring, summer and autumn. So here it is shown that is the changing seasons throughout the year, while the lunar phase chart demonstrates how months were measured according to the moon's cycle. Okay, here. Now ancient texts such as Surya Siddhanta, then Aryabhata and Pancha Siddhantika contributed significantly to the calculations. Here you can see major Indian festivals are being shown, like you have Makar Sankranti, then you have Holi, Deepavali, Navratri and Rath Yatra. These emphasize how traditional calendars continue to determine the dates of the cultural and religious celebrations. So here in this image you can clearly understand the Indian calendar system as a remarkable blend of astronomy, time measurement, culture and the heritage. Now comes the significance of Indian astronomy. Here you can see the significance of Indian astronomy and its contributions to various aspects of human life. At the center you can see an ancient Indian scholar is shown studying celestial bodies, then symbolizing the scientific knowledge developed through careful observation of the sky. The first section here, it highlights the navigation, where knowledge of stars, planets and constellations helped sailors determine directions and navigate across the seas. Then the second is agriculture, where it is shown how understanding seasonal changes and celestial movements helped farmers plan sowing and harvesting activities. The third section represents the timekeeping, demonstrating how astronomical observations enabled accurate measurement of time through sundials, water clocks, and the calendars. And next comes fourth one, that is the calendar and the development, where the solar and the lunar cycles were used to create the calendars that organized festivals, rituals, and daily activities. And the final is the space science foundations, which is shown here, that ancient astronomical studies laid the groundwork for modern space exploration and scientific research. So overall, here in this image you can understand how Indian astronomy influenced the navigation, agriculture, then timekeeping, calendar systems, and the modern space science. So, in this video, today we have discovered how ancient Indian scholars made extraordinary contributions to astronomy through systematic observation, mathematical calculations, and scientific reasoning. The pioneering work of Aryabhata, Varahamihira, and other scholars laid a strong foundation for accurate calendars, then eclipse prediction, planetary studies, navigation, agriculture, and modern space science. Their achievements continue to inspire a scientific thinking even today. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe to Explore Engineering. Don't forget to press the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos on Indian knowledge systems, engineering, science, and technology. Thank you for your valuable support. Bye bye. See you in the next video.